there, it's Erica Leon, registered dietitian and also certified intuitive eating counselor. And I have a message for you about shame and where shame fits into trying to take care of ourselves. As we age, as we approach our 40s, 50s, 60s, and more, it is important that we start to think about taking care of our bodies. When you're young, you can do a lot of things to your body without really having too much damage. But as we get older, things really do catch up, which kind of makes me think about all of the clients that I've worked with who are struggling with eating disorders. And it's so important to point out that as we approach our 40s and our 50s, hormones shift, hormones drop, hormones go up and down. And what this does is it leads to a period of it's called perimenopause, and it affects how our mood is, it affects how we feel in our bodies. It's really like a second adolescence. And anyone who has perhaps recovered from an eating disorder, and by the way, we know that there are many, many, many people, not just women, people, anyone really, men, people who have ovaries, non-binary, trans, anybody approaching this age group is going to have a vulnerability to an eating disorder if they have recovered from one in the past, because middle age leads to perimenopause and menopause, which is really like a second adolescence. And when hormonal levels are shifting and adjusting, it creates a sort of a perfect storm of lack of sleep, some weight gain. And by the way, if you remember from your adolescence, your bodies change. You gain some weight. You might gain some weight in the middle. You gain a little bit of body fat. This is what happens as we go through perimenopause into menopause and postmenopause. And I'll say it again, that it's a time of vulnerability for anybody with having a history of an eating disorder, or honestly, people develop new eating disorders. Living in the world of diet culture, the messages that we hear day in, day out, are to stay slender, keep your youthful appearance. I actually think about, I'm looking at these lines across my my forehead. It's like, what am I going to do? That's from aging. Our bodies change. I have a belly I never had before, and it's really challenging to accept it. And so what happens is that we see ads and commercials for anti-aging products and for the latest, greatest diet products. Right now during this season of Thanksgiving, I cannot tell you how many commercials I see on television for Noom and for Weight Watchers, WW, and for Jenny Craig. Honestly, I'm sick of seeing them. But, they appeal to our desire to stay young and try to prevent the inevitable, which is that, I'm sorry to say this, but we're all going to get old. We're all going to experience changes in our bodies. And how do we approach that in a way that makes us feel good about ourselves? Thinking about taking care of our here and now bodies without shame. Whenever a person goes to the doctor, the first thing that happens is you get on the scale. You walk into the office, no matter what you're there for, and they say, get on the scale. And so it's like so many people that I know who might be in naturally larger bodies are afraid to go to the doctor. They don't want to have to be told to get on the scale. It's like, why should going to the doctor and having preventative health care be such a stressful experience? And that's because of this weight bias, this weight stigma that we have in our world that says we should all be one size. So if you're someone who is approaching midlife, menopause, and you're struggling or you have struggled with an eating disorder in the past, and you want to find a way of managing it in a way that takes care of your body without feeling shame, I have a program called Intuitive Eating Essentials for Midlife, Menopause, and Beyond, where I really teach you how to take care of your here and now body without a focus on weight loss, without thinking about the scale, because we can work on behaviors that make us feel better right now. We can. So check out my program, eric@ericaleon.com. You can shoot me an email, and I will give you more information and help you find the best choice for you. Okay, bye-bye.